Well, hey everybody, it's Jim with Triple J Bricks. Welcome back to another video. As you can probably tell, this is not the audio from the clip that you are watching. This is post me putting this audio back in because for some reason my phone decided to not record the audio in this clip, and it's very strange. So I am on my way to pick up a minifigure haul, as you can see, and it's very exciting. I'm pretty stoked about this video. It's one of the longer ones I recorded in terms of time from beginning to end. And I am pretty excited about the results from this haul. So stay tuned as we go through the entire process. Before we get started on today's video, I would like to thank our newest member of the Triple J Bricks channel, Will Legal. I hope I'm saying that right. Will, please correct me if I'm wrong. But thank you so much, Will, for that monthly support of the channel. I really, really do appreciate it. And let's add you to the brick pile. Thanks so much, Will. Here it is. Paid $200 for all these figs. I don't know exactly what I have, but not only the figs, but tons of extra pieces. There's some minifig parts in here, but tons of accessories, tons of just like extra little dribs and drabs. So I ended up talking to the guy a little bit, and I asked him, because I noticed in the photos there were no Star Wars, and there were no I didn't really notice any Star Wars, and I didn't notice any like Marvel figures. And it's funny because I asked him, I said, is this your collection? And if I was to sum up the experience, it seemed like the guy didn't know a whole lot about Lego, but knew just enough that he could maybe do a quick flip. So he told me that the woman down the street was selling Lego at a yard sale, I guess. And he bought it, and he said, yeah, and then I pulled all the Star Wars and Marvel figures out and just didn't want to hold on to the rest. So what that kind of says to me is that he decided that I based on the gentleman, it didn't really seem like he did a lot of legwork outside of maybe just selling off the Star Wars and Marvel figures. But I still feel really good about it. And I saw that there weren't any in there. Like it was clear in the listing that he didn't have any of those, but I still think there's some gems in here. I'm going to lay out all the figures, and then we'll just kind of see what we have. And I guess you can assess for yourself if this was a solid deal or not. All right, so I didn't lay them all out. I just decided to pull a few that I thought would be cool to highlight. It's a very interesting collection, and I saw this in the photos, but I don't know if he did this or if this is how they came and he just, saw the figures he recognized and then threw the rest out. Honestly, I don't know, because there are just like random legs, random heads put together on things. Like that is an old castle torso, but then there's like these headphones and that new head. This is the Witch Queen from, Vintage Castle, but she had white colored hands or flesh tone hands. Her head was under a baseball cap on another figure. The torso was on another figure, and so was the bottom. So I put her together. Yeah, it's like a random smattering. It was like he just kind of maybe did this to like show them off, I guess. But I think there's a lot of good stuff here. In fact, actually, I need this head print to finish one of my sets. So I got a couple awesome things here. We got this figure with the bat shield, which is always good to have. This one has this Fright Night shield. I think this might have been a CMF. I don't know if this figure is whole. I'm gonna have to look this up. But pretty cool figure there. And then this was an old Dragon Knights figure, but then some really great helmets. There's at least 2 of the old gray bullet helmets that are always great to have. Also, he definitely missed some Star Wars stuff. I believe this is a Star Wars helmet. At least that looks like a Star Wars helmet to me. I think this is also the helmet from that one guy that I don't know his name. Star Wars people, shout him out. You know who I'm talking about. I think his torso is also in there. And then here's like Captain Hook's headpiece. I think this is Little Mermaids. There's some awesome capes in here. Like these are like cloth, the like newer kind of cloth capes. There's a couple of those. Yeah, there's some good stuff in here. A bunch of CMFs, some Ninjago, definitely some Star Wars stuff that he missed for sure. And then there's some like really random other kinds of stuff. Only a few things that aren't Lego. This hat is not Lego. That's, ignore Pepper. She's wanting to go outside. I'll let you out in a second, Pep, okay? Just, it's weird that I'm up here doing this for her. And then this guy, not Lego. And then these pants were on someone. So this is what I found so far. But I just wanted to give you a little bit of an overview and just kind of show you so you can kind of take a little bit of a gander. But again, this is not all of it. There's all of these, which includes a vintage Black Falcon. I see an old Lion Knight shield in there. So tons of minifigure stuff. 2 more Fright Knight shields. And then all of these kind of random smattering of parts. So yeah, I feel pretty good about this. I'm excited to clean all this up and go through it. Oh, and then so far, just assessing the damage, there were some old space helmets. That is such a common place for those to crack. So there's a few of those that are cracked, which is unfortunate, but, you know, totally happens. And then there was this, like, chewed up head. But that is pretty much all I found in terms of sort of the non-usable or broken stuff. Everything else looks pretty good. Wanted to just give you a little look at the water after giving the minifigures a bath. Not the worst I've ever seen, but certainly a lot of play grime that needed to get washed off. All right, so it is the next day, and everything has dried really, really nicely. This is all of the, what I'm calling the Hans minifigure haul. The guy I bought this from was Hans, and so I'm trying to keep track a little bit better of the certain hauls that I get, just so I can track, you know, where sales go out and if I'm earning, you know, the money back or what the value was, just kind of wanting to keep track of that more. So here are all the heads, torsos, legs, and then also helmets. And then down here I still have, they're still drying, but they're all mostly dry at this point. These are all of the accessories, random parts, everything else that came in the haul. Well, it's going. It is the next day. I can't remember if I've said that in this video or a different one. I'm recording 2 videos at once, and I'm getting a little confused as to which things I've said in which video because they're seemingly too similar of things that I'm doing. It's 2 different hauls, and I'm just getting them a little mixed up. But anyway, I have started to piece together some figs. I have put all the printed legs and the shorter legs and stuff onto these base plates. And what I'm doing is I'm pulling torsos. I'm taking a picture of them with the Bricklink app, finding out what torso they are, seeing what minifigs they come with, and then I'm kind of going from there. So basically, these are all figs that I have just parts of and or I just have the torsos. And what I've been doing is pulling the hands off or pulling arms off even in some cases and putting on the correct hands and arms. And then also, like, so some of these are pretty close to being finished, but like I'm missing, I think there's like a chest piece or something for this guy, and I'm missing the helmet from this guy. Yeah, there's several things that I'm missing here. I decided with this guy, this is a CMF, and I do have the red cape for it, but I think what I'm going to do is I kind of want to keep the red cape, and I really, because I want to, I think, have the red cape for like Lion Knight soldiers, and so I think I'd rather keep the cape and then probably just sell this for parts. It's in really, really good shape, and also been going through and making sure like there's no cracks or anything. There was a crack on a couple of the arms, but they weren't printed arms, so I was able to like swap them out, which was good. So these are just pieces. So what I'm going to do is these will get uploaded to Bricklink at some point. And then what else? Over here are still all the accessories that I've been working through. And then over here are all the completed figs. So these are all figures that I have 100% of. And it's quite a bit. So again, there was 110 minifigures. I'm still, there's quite a bit I have not gone through yet. But this is a Fright Night collectible minifigure, number 343, and this one is like about maybe $20 to $25. So that's it's a pretty good fig there, and I have 100% of it. So again, I paid $200 for the entire lot. I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 figures completed so far. I'm hoping that I can make back, I mean, it's not a huge deal, but I'm hoping I can make back all, if not most, of the money from completed figures that I can complete, hopefully, with all of this stuff. And then everything else is just sort of gravy on top. So, everything else that I can't complete, all of these spare parts and stuff are just bonus, not to mention all of the, spare accessories that will also get listed on Bricklink. And this is a really, really good thing for me to be uploading, because I need to have a little bit more pizzazz to the Bricklink store. And it's been really fun. I really, really enjoy it. It's just cool to see different themes that I wouldn't normally collect, see what kind of figures there are out there. It's been very, very fun. And then any figure torso, so like I just have this torso, and then I have this completed fig. This is the Fright Night Witch. She's actually not worth very much. And I decided to just keep certain torsos and figs that would potentially work well for my castle mocks. I'm holding on to them. So that's an added bonus. And everything else is, everything else that I don't want is going to get posted to the Bricklink store. So actually what I'm about to do right now is I'm going to wrap up this video, and I'm going to start to do more of these, and I'm going to be doing this live. I'm going to do live on the Triple J Bricks channel. I've been trying to do some live streams. I mentioned this in a previous episode when I announced the Bricklink store, but I'm going to be doing this live, like sorting all these parts. And obviously by the time you're seeing this video, that won't have happened, but this is what I intend to do moving forward, is maybe like a couple nights a week, kind of randomly. I'm going to be going live and just kind of uploading parts to Bricklink, just chatting with the community and stuff. So if you want to stop by, please feel free to do so and say hi, and we can chat and talk about nerdy Lego stuff. And yeah, so be sure to check those out if you want to come by. All right, everybody. It is now the next day again, and I have officially completed 43 figures from this 110 minifigure haul. Now, I said earlier in the video, at least I think I said earlier in the video, it's hard to know because I've been recording so many various clips, but I said that I would like to make my money back from the completed figures. And I would like you to know that I'm at $197.27 in potential listed value for these 43 figures. Now, caveat to this, I did pull a few parts that I had in my inventory. Like, there was a couple heads that I had that I was missing from this haul. There were a couple like hats. One hat in particular is I was missing the hood for this Imperial Guard, and I happen to have that one red hood from I don't even remember which haul that was, but I had this one hood And I had everything else, but I was just missing that. And like a couple, I had to swap hands and random arms and stuff. But overall, I had, probably 90% of the stuff from this haul, and I'm just kind of counting it as one. But I was $3 short. How crazy is that? So I feel pretty good about that, because this is now a bin of uncompleted figures. So this is as far as I could complete. Well, this was not in that haul. She got thrown there. But this was as far as I could complete the remaining figures in here. And I've decided to part out just all of them, except for these two, which are not crazy valuable figures, but they're decent. And the parts that I'm missing, one is a hairpiece. Actually, one's a hairpiece, and then one's a Star Wars helmet. And those parts are very cheap, so I have put them into a wanted list, and I'll hopefully get those. But yeah, so the rest of these minifigure parts will now all get uploaded, on top of the remaining heads, tons of hats and stuff that just didn't go to any of the torsos I had, including all these heads. Not to mention all of these legs. So basically what I did was I went through all the torsos. So I am torso-less with this haul now. That was kind of where I started, was the torsos. And yeah, so these are the legs I have left that are printed. And then these are the legs I have left that are not printed. And then the remaining ones are castle and pirates that I'm just going to hold on to, and or ones that are either a little bit beat up, old, or just not printed on at all. And I've decided that what I'm going to do is I just pulled the arms off the ones that had good arms, and I'm going to use these as knights for my castle mocks when I'm building custom, like my custom figs. I'm going to use the torsos that don't have anything on them and pop the appropriate arms on, and if they're wearing a chest plate, essentially. So if I have a soldier or someone who is wearing a chest plate, I am going to use one of these torsos that aren't going to get used. And I figure like this one's so beat up and worn, and it's black. So, waste not, want not. And then the rest of these things. But the other thing is I got a lot of Fright Night shields, which was really awesome. Pretty stoked about that. These are all the spare capes that I have that I will totally use. They're in great colors too. Red, green, like dark green. Yeah, so pretty stoked about that. Overall, I had a couple figures that were of good value. This one, this Fright Night collectible minifigure, that one is roughly about $16. Again, these are the last 6 months of sales. And then, a couple $10 figs in here. And then this one was a huge boost. This Ninjago Time Twin, I had every part for it, and it's $36.50. So I feel pretty good about that. But yeah, just kind of, it all just kind of adds up over time, generally speaking. But those are the two most valuable figs that I had. But yeah, that's a pretty solid update. I'm not going to be able to finish all of this. And on top of all the rest of it, I still have all of these accessories and parts. So was it a crazy awesome deal / haul? I don't know. I'll let you be the judge of that, I suppose. I think it was worth it. It's not like, it wasn't the best probably score in the world, but it was fun, and I enjoyed going through it. And so now I think what I'm going to do is, I really wanted to see that number. And so what I think I'm going to do is I'm probably just going to now go through the rest of my other minifigure parts and try to piece more figs together. Or I'm just going to upload all this stuff and let What the Fig do that for me. I haven't quite decided yet. I'm enjoying the process, though. It's been kind of fun to Frankenstein all this stuff together and be like, oh, you know what? I do have that. or I think I have that hat, or, you know, whatever. It's been enjoyable to do that. That's going to do it for this video, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I feel really good about kind of moving through the entire process that I'm kind of working through with putting this stuff on Bricklink and, you know, getting it listed and stuff. And I have plans for a future video where I'm going to show, I'm starting to get together my storage process for how I'm going to be storing minifigures, and I think it's going to work pretty well. I mean, I think it's going to be trial and error, just like most other things regarding this hobby, but yeah, I'm going to do that, and then just sort of talk through maybe a little bit more of my process and stuff. I just wanted to kind of show the beginning of the process through, and I will continue to do an update on this when I know a little bit more. But everybody, thank you again for watching. I really, really do appreciate it. Let me know if you spotted anything in there that you recognized, or something that, I don't know, is super valuable, or anything that was nostalgic or whatever. Just let me know. I'd love to hear about it. But if I don't see you in a live stream at some point, I'll see you in the next video. But remember, until then, keep on building. Jim out.